Hello, welcome to Walk in the Park. My name is Tony Ingram, and this episode is number 112, recorded on August 19th. So we're going to do some interesting things today. Let's see, look at my chart here. Well, we're going to go around a few parks, and it's going to be kind of a variety show today. Not one real strong individual theme. So first we're going to go to Buttermilk Falls State Park and take a look at a particular tree there that you're probably not familiar with. It's one of our maples, but not one that you might know unless you know a lot about trees, particularly the native ones around here. So I'm going to go to that in a second here. We'll get that right up. And let's see. Some of the trees and shrubs we find in our gorges appear less common away from them. One such small tree is the mountain maple, which is often found leaning out from a steep rocky bank in the partial shade by a gorge stream, such as this one in Buttermilk Falls State Park. It is perhaps the smallest of the 7 species of maple trees that grow in New York State. Mountain maple prevents erosion on stream banks. Okay, so the little mountain maple. Mostly I see it in Gorges, but sometimes I see it elsewhere. One of 7 native species of maple in New York State, so that's a whole interesting topic in itself. Maybe we'll explore that sometime, maybe when it's maple time. So now we're going to continue at Buttermilk Falls State Park, and a couple of friends of mine are musicians, and local musicians in Ithaca, Will Fudeman and Susan Lytle. And they asked me to record a few songs that they do together, and they were going to send them off to have someone look at them in term, little sort of an audition for a possible appearance. So I did. I recorded these songs and decided to show them to you in Buttermilk Falls State Park. So let's go take a look at the first one. Okay, we'll look at the Buttermilk Falls here for a second while I get this video up.
Singing a song by Harmony Grisman from Point Reyes. Take me into your loving arms and take me in. Your loving heart, take me in. I'm so lonesome, won't you take me in? Fill me up with your sweet, sweet love. Fill me up, sweet, sweet love, fill me up. Lord, I'm an empty cup, won't you fill me up? Take me into your loving arms and take me in. Your loving heart, take me in. I'm so lonesome, won't you take me in? Let me know that your love is real. Let me know your love is real. Let me know I'm your poor blind child. Won't you let me know and take me into your loving arms and take me in. Your loving heart, take me in. I'm so lonesome, won't you take me in? I'm so lonesome, won't you take me in?
Okay, that's pretty sweet. We'll have a couple more songs hopefully today, and then maybe another time I think we'll share the rest of them. So now we're going to go over to one of our most famous popular parks around here, Taughannock Falls, and probably you've been up there this season, and there's been quite a bit of variability in the flow of it, quite a lot of water this year. This actually is from almost 2 months ago, this picture, and the video I'm going to show you in a moment. Just after a lot of heavy rain, but this is not obviously the falls are not full across, but they were reasonably full. So we're going to look at overlooks, okay? So this picture was taken at the falls overlook, and that most people see. Now there's a map of the park, and you can see the waterfront up in the upper right there. Route 89 comes up in the upper right. And then there's a park road that goes right down from the top center there down to the middle. In the middle there's a parking lot. I'm sure you're familiar with that. If you can orient yourself to this map. And the P is the parking lot at the falls overlook. And the star, there's a star next to it, that shows that there's a view. But notice that there's some other stars there. Now down in the gorge where the blue stream is there, the red marks, by the way, of trails. The end of that trail in the gorge says G-O, that means Gorge Trail. That star there, of course, is the end of the Gorge Trail, and the fantastic picture at the end of the Gorge Trail, looking up at the falls. But then go back up to on the rim. You go from the parking lot, go from the left of the parking lot and along the rim there. And all of that dark reddish brownish stuff, that signifies the edge of the gorge. It's a bunch of actually contour lines that are very tight. So anyway, you see a couple of more stars along there. There's a couple of more overlooks. In fact, there's even another one that's not even particularly shown here. And you get a view of the falls from a slightly different perspective. And not very many people that come to the overlook, the falls overlook, ever see these, except people that walk the trail. Now, some people discover it just by accident by going for a walk on the trail and say, oh my, look at that wonderful overlook. So we're going to go take a look at that overlook. We'll look at both overlooks. We're going to look at two overlooks. We're going to look at the regular overlook that we're used to. This is from the parking lot itself, looking at the falls, of course. And then we're going to go down the steps to the railing below there. And, of course, it opens up wider there, so you get a better view. So that's going to show. I'm going to show you a little video. It starts off actually along the lake for a few seconds, showing you the high water. In June, we had all that rain, and there was high water at the lake. And in fact, it actually flooded some onto the lawn and at the lake. It was down a little bit. But it causes some erosion along the lake shore when we have that really high water. Well, anyway, let's get going and take a look at that. Then we'll have the water along the lake. Then we'll go to this view. And then the view from the railing down below, the landing down below there that you see. And then we'll go to that lesser-known view along the trail. So we'll get that one up here for you. That final view is actually, I think, my favorite. There's a couple of other views along the Gorge Trail, actually rim trails. There's the North Rim Trail and the South Rim Trail. But that one, I think, is my favorite. Is sort of the most intimate and wild-looking view without having people all around. So that's pretty lovely. Now we're going to go back to Buttermilk Falls for our second song by Will and Susan. And this one is called The Ninevites. And so we'll go to this picture of the desert. Why would I have that as a cover picture for that? Well, let's go see if we can find the Ninevites. There we go. I'm going to bring that up.
This is a song about Jonah. You know, that character in the Bible, but it's not just about a whale. The Ninevites are really worse than me. God knows, God can see what there is to see. They drop their candy wrappers on the ground. They take things they never owned from the lost and found. The Ninevites are really worse than me. God said I should warn them to change their ways. I ran away to see, I didn't stop to think or pray. Came the rain, a stormy gale, I jumped overboard, swallowed by a whale. Sat there thinking hard for 3 long days. That whale coughed me up once I had changed my mind. I went to Nineveh to see what I might find. The things I'd heard now could be seen, all those Ninevites acting mean. Told them to leave their nasty ways behind. I said, you Ninevites, you're really worse than me. God knows and God can see what there is to see. You drop your candy wrappers on the ground. You take things you never owned from the lost and found. You Ninevites are really worse than me. Well, the Ninevites said, you're right, we've been doing wrong. And we'll change our ways if you'll just change that song. They stopped using poisons, they grew organic gardens. They asked if they could beg God's pardon, but I'll sing what I've been singing all along. The Ninevites are really worse than me. God knows, God can see what there is to see. They drop their candy wrappers on the ground. They take things they never owned from the lost and found. The Ninevites are really worse than me. Well, I felt kind of bad. I sat down under a tree. That's the place God's voice came to me. Someone to hate. Anyone can change before it's too late. Not too late for me to finally see that the Ninevites are really just like me. God knows and God can see what there is to see. We drop our candy wrappers on the ground. We take things we never owned from the lost and found.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get to the third one we have, Blessed Today, by Susan Lytle, so she can show her beautiful singing voice. Okay, we're going to now go to a Grand Canyon. Now, we mostly think of the Grand Canyon as a place that looks like that. Well, it turns out that there are 36 other Grand Canyons, I'm told, that other states have their own Grand Canyons. Of course, we have a Grand Canyon of New York State. That's Letchworth, Genesee River Gorge, and Letchworth State Park. And we'll get to that someday. And we've gone and visited 3 of these already. This one is Gulf Haggis in Maine. It's along the Appalachian or near the Appalachian Trail in Maine. And so we took a look at that a few episodes ago, and then we went to New Hampshire and the Great Gulf Wilderness in the presidential range of the White Mountains and White Mountain National Forest. And this is one of the other Grand Canyons in the east, I guess you could say, that is more on the scale of what you have out west, but still not as big as that, but amazing. I've been there a few times, but not recently. It's quite a place. And then we went to, let's see, that one is Quechee Canyon, Quechee Gorge, Quechee State Park, and this is the Grand Canyon of Vermont, in Quechee, Vermont, and the Quechee River, which is a tributary of the Connecticut River. So next, we're going to go to another Grand Canyon. Let's see if I can pull that one up. This one is Chesterfield Gorge, Grand Canyon in Massachusetts. So there's also a Chesterfield Gorge in New Hampshire, but this one is bigger, and it's in Massachusetts. So we'll zoom in a little bit there. So it's in western Mass, sort of off of I-91, off the Connecticut River, the east branch of the, I think it's the Westfield River, flows into the Connecticut River. So it's another tributary, like the Quechee Gorge up in Vermont, of the Connecticut River. I have not been to Quechee, I have not been to Haggis, and I have not been to this place, but I've been to Great Gulf. But let's go take a look at Quechee Gorge. Here, I'll just read a brief thing here, and then I'll show us a little video. Let's see, I'm not Quechee Gorge, I'm sorry, Chesterfield Gorge is a nature reserve located in Chesterfield, Massachusetts. Property is owned by the trustees of reservations, ministered the property since 1929. I'll just go to the video. It says most of anything I could read here, so we're going to go to Chesterfield Gorge, Grand Canyon of Massachusetts. Get that one up.
Hi, I'm Ian Cresswell from CoolBikeRides.com. Christine and I are out on a little adventure today.
Hi.
She's obviously behind the camera. We're cruising up to a place we haven't been before here in New England. It's in Massachusetts. It's called the Chesterfield Gorge.
I'm the ranger here at Chesterfield Gorge in Chesterfield, Massachusetts.
I'm Ian Cresswell again. Christine and I just stopped here in Chesterfield. We're going to go check out the gorge shortly. We just figured we'd stop and chat with the ranger real quick. Now, the gorge, is this a natural gorge?
This is a natural phenomenon. The gorge itself was formed by water runoff from the last glacier. It's a 70-foot deep chasm through the bedrock. And if you'd like, I'll take you over to the rim of the gorge and introduce you and get you started.
Sounds great, thank you.
The river flows downstream about 9 miles to the Lytle Dam. In Huntington, then down through Westfield, West Springfield, and the Connecticut River across the stream.
Just came from there. We stopped at the river on the way up.
The gorge was formed by water runoff from the last glacier and comes complete with glacial potholes. The stonework upstream, which you can see much better if you stand up here, is the remnants of a bridge abutment dating back to 1762. It was built as a toll bridge. You had to pay a half-pence to cross. And I like to remind people that after all, this is Massachusetts. General Lafayette crossed that bridge on his way to Fort Ticonderoga, and the captured British soldiers from the Battle of Saratoga were marched back across the bridge on their way to Boston, where they were put on prison ships in Boston Harbor. So a little bit of colonial history here at the Gorge.
Chesterfield Gorge, Grand Canyon of Massachusetts, shown to us by coolbikerides.com. You want to check them out. I adapted their video. Okay, so let's go back to Buttermilk Falls and let's listen this time to Susan Lytle, accompanied on the mandola by Will Fudeman, sing Bless the Day. Beautiful song.
bless the rain, I bless the rock, I bless the earth beneath my feet, I bless the day, I bless the night, I bless the hope, fills my dreams, welcome the day, my dreams give birth, ways of justice, peace on earth, I bless the day, I bless the night, I bless the hope, fills my dreams, I bless these bones, I bless this blood, I bless the breath that flows through me. Welcome the day when dry bones dance, streams in the desert, second chance. I bless the rain, I bless the rock, I bless the earth beneath my feet, I bless these tiles, I bless these tears, I bless this life, tastes so sweet, welcome the day, my love takes wings, flies with the angels, soars and sings, welcome the day, my love takes wings, flies with the angels, soars and sings, welcome the day, my love takes wings. My love takes wings, flies with the angels.
Okay, that was beautiful. So we'll have some more of those in a future episode, maybe next week or the week after. Got a couple of minutes left here, and what I like to do at the end of the show, if I have time, is go to some other parks around the country, like national parks. Let's go to Alaska in sort of central Alaska at Denali National Park. That's where Mount McKinley is, highest mountain in North America. Denali National Park and Preserve. And this is a photo they actually took yesterday. It's that time of year again. The nights are dark enough that when a good solar wind is blowing, the northern lights are visible in the sky over Denali National Park and Preserve. Here is what the aurora borealis looked like at 2 a.m. today over the Taughannock River. Photo by Daniel A. Lifeheight of the National Park Service. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh, some more northern lights. Again, at Denali, a look at the northern lights through the trees during Monday morning's display. Again, Daniel Lifeheight and National Park Service. So they're way north, so they get some amazing displays. Sometimes we get them down here. Usually you have to go up in Canada or near Canada to see anything that will grab your attention like that. However, this is in New Hampshire, the Mount Washington Observatory, and you can see their logo down there in the lower left. A distant aurora borealis, or northern lights, over Canada was visible from the summit last Saturday, August 15th. While clouds and summit fog limited the amount of time we could see it, it was beautiful while it lasted. So that's being a high mountain up there. It breaks. They really get quite a view. Let's see. Where else can we go here? We can go to... Okay, let's go to back out west again. Actually, that was up north out west to Denali. North Cascades National Park Service Complex. Nature is a mutable cloud which is always and never the same, said Ralph Waldo Emerson. And the photo is by A. Fedoric. And I'm going to jump to here. This is clear skies and fireweed in the high country. Both are sure signs of midsummer at Olympic National Park in Washington. Fireweed often comes after a fire. And here they are firefighting in Sequoia National Park and Kings Canyon National Park in California. Well, that's it. That's all I've got today. So I want to thank you all for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Put this parting shot up here.